Imagine handing your child a house and with it, a $570,000 tax bill. Wow. In California, that's a real risk when you transfer your home to your child during your lifetime. In this video, I'll explain the unexpected tax traps, property tax increases, and legal risks that you need to know before giving away your biggest asset. And before I dive in, I do want to invite you to subscribe to our newsletter. It's a monthly newsletter that's free, and we send out great information just like this. So go ahead and use that information and subscribe. So you might have some good reasons why you want to give your house to your child. You might be on a fixed income, and you want your child to take over paying for all the costs of the house and the property taxes. You might be afraid of creditors and lawsuits, and you want your child to take responsibility for the property. Or maybe you just want to make sure that your child is set up with housing for their lifetime, and you'd feel more comfortable seeing that with your very own eyes before you pass away. So that might all be well and good, but there are some very real drawbacks for giving away a house. And I usually recommend that parents do not give away their house during their lifetime. So I want to break down the reasons why. So the first reason is capital gains taxes. So anything that you own when you die gets what we call a full step up in the cost basis. The cost basis is the amount that you originally bought the property for. So here's an example. Let's say you bought a house for $100,000 and now it's worth $2 million. This actually happens a lot in the Bay Area. If you die and your child inherits your house, they receive the house as if they bought it for $2 million. You see how that step up worked? It's as if they bought it for the value at the time of your death. Then they can turn around and sell the house and pay no capital gains tax. Now compare this to if you choose to give the house to your child during your lifetime. There's no step up in cost basis because you didn't die still owning the house. So if your child receives the house during your lifetime, they take it with the cost basis of $100,000. If they turn around and sell the house for $2 million, they have to pay capital gains tax on that $1.9 million increase in value. And the federal and state tax in California is around 30%, depending on which bracket you fall into. So your child would be paying $570,000 in capital gains taxes. Yikes! You don't want this. If you want to see more on how this works, please watch my video on capital gains taxes so you can be fully aware before you make any gifts.
Hello, did you know that my mom helps people all the way through the state of California from top to bottom? Go give her a call.
So the second reason why I don't think you should give away your house in general is California property taxes. Now you used to be able to leave your residence of any value to a child, and then you could die and your child could receive it, or you could give it to them during your lifetime and your child could keep the low assessed value of your house and only pay taxes on that amount. But in 2021, Proposition 19 was passed. And that said you only get a $1 million exemption for property that's passed from parent to child. And that's only if it's the parent's residence and then it becomes the child's residence. So the child has to move into the house. It can't be a rental property, for example. So now let's say the parent bought the property for $100,000 and now it's worth $2 million. Let's say the parent's paying about $1,500 a year in property taxes, which is based on the original assessed value, plus the government can increase the amount just a little bit each year. And maybe they've also made some updates or changes. That's still super low. Now the parent gives the property to the child and the child moves in. So the first $1 million of assessed value is forgiven. So the house is now assessed at $1.1 million. Well, guess what? You're still needing to pay California property taxes on that remaining $900,000. Now, property taxes have just jumped up to about $11,000 a year. That's going from $15,000 to $11,000. That's a big increase. And you have to pay that every year. Now let's say the parent gives the property to the child and the child doesn't move in, but they choose to rent it out instead. There are no exemptions available at all in that situation. And so now the child's paying like $20,000 plus in property taxes each year. I go into this more on my video on California property taxes and Prop 19. I encourage you to watch that to see more. So the final reason why I say you probably shouldn't give away your house to your child during your lifetime is that once you give it away, it's gone. You can't get it back. If you need to tap into the house for equity, to pay for something, or to pay for supported living, you're at the mercy of your child who received the house. They may choose not to do that. Your child also could give half of the house to their spouse, or maybe your child gets sued and they lose the house entirely. So, owning a house is a big responsibility, and many adult children have trouble handling that. So it's really a big risk if you give a house to a child. So if you were thinking about giving away your house to your child, I hope this video gave you some pause. And now you know what you should consider first. Now you might be thinking of helping your child by buying them their first home. That would be great. I made a video on that topic and I encourage you to watch it. I'll see you over there.
Did you know that my mom has a monthly newsletter? Subscribe by clicking below.